Okay, so let's go ahead and solve these equations. I would consider this kind of a quick set of practice problems just so you can understand how to solve equations. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go fairly quickly. I don't want to bore you too much in this video, but if you really don't understand what I'm about to do, come on over to algebratesthelper.com and you'll get full lessons, a lot of good stuff. It's a free resource for you. So let's go ahead and start. So x plus 6 equals 10. All right, so here, remember, I want to get x by itself. So all I'm going to do is subtract 6 from the left-hand side of the equation, but I also need to subtract it from the right-hand side of the equation. Okay, that's the main thing when you're solving equations. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do the exact same thing to the other side. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and just add down in a column manner. So I'm going to get x plus nothing is x. 6 plus a negative 6 is 0. So I just got x, and that's what I wanted on the left-hand side. And I got 10 plus a negative 6, or 10 minus 6, is 4. And that's my solution. Okay, and notice how I write this out. That's exactly how you want to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our next problem. I have 2x equals negative 14. Once again, I want to get x by itself. So this is 2 times x. So to handle a situation like this, when you have a number in front of an x in this manner where it's multiplication, I'm simply going to just go ahead and divide, right? Because 2 divided by 2, or anything divided by itself, is 1. Okay, just go ahead and go back to this last problem. When I had x equals 4, that's really 1x. But typically we don't write the 1 in front of the x, it's just x. All right, let's go back to our problem here. So remember, I want x by itself, or 1x. So to do that, if I have 2 times x, I can divide 2 by itself, or 2 divided by 2, and I get x, or 1x, okay? But remember, just like we did over in this last problem, whatever I do on one side of the equation, I have to do on the other side. So if I'm going to divide 2 on the left-hand side, I got to divide 2 on the right-hand side, and now I get negative 14 divided by 2. And you got to make sure you know your positive and negative numbers. It's another area where students kind of mess up with equations. That is going to be negative 7. All right, so like I said, if I'm going a little too fast for you, please go over to our site and check out our free resources. Okay, moving on. Y minus 3 equals negative 5. So once again, I want y by itself. So in this case, how can I get y by itself if I have a negative 3 next to it? Okay, I just want y by itself, so I'm going to go ahead and add a 3 to that negative 3, and that'll kind of like make it disappear, right? But once again, if I'm going to add a 3 on the left-hand side, I also got to add a 3 on the right-hand side. So I'm going to add down. So I get y plus nothing is y. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. And that is my solution. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up this problem set. So here, I want to get y by itself, but I have 1/3 times y. So in this case, how can I get a 1y? If I have 1/3 times y, how can I turn that 1/3 into a 1? So in this situation, all you need to do is multiply by the reciprocal. And what that means is just take your fraction and flip it upside down. So in this case, this is 1/3. So this is going to be 3 over 1. Okay, if the fraction was 2/3, it would be 3 over 2. And you're going to multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal. So I know you remember your fractions, right? So this 3 over 1 times 1/3 is 1. And that's what I want, 1y or y. This time I'll just write it like 1y, okay? So now over here I have 8 times 3 over 1, or 8 over 1 times 3 over 1, which is 24. And that is my solution. Okay, so to wrap this up, how to solve equations? Did we learn how to solve every single equation? Not even. We're just barely scratching the surface. But the principles that we talked about in these 4 basic problems will carry over into more advanced problems. Okay, so please come check us out at algebratesthelper.com, and good luck.